Before we get into this video, please smash that like button and hit subscribe. You can support my channel and get yourself a stock worth up to $300 when you sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. It's a limited time offer and you can earn yourself another stock worth up to $2,000 if you want to deposit any amount of money. What's going on, guys? So the CPI report dropped today and it showed 5.4% inflation, which is just slightly above some analysts' forecast at 5.3%. And it looked like the stock market took it pretty well because the indices turned green. What also turned green is our AMC stock, up almost 3% for today. The stock price had been consolidating between $37 and $38 for almost a week. After today, the chart is showing that it wants to go up higher. Charles Payne tweeted, "Ascending wedge, one of his favorite chart formations. It's finally breaking out of that pennant and there's plenty of upside available." The SEC in Chicago wants you to know a very important term, market manipulation. Because the SEC finally has launched an investigation into Citadel. It turns out that Ken Griffin is donating millions and millions to political candidates. Only Republican candidates. $35 million worth of donations were found in this document. But one analyst thinks that this number is a lot higher. Let's take a look.
Or maybe the biggest right now, Republican donors. We've been tracking his donations since, I would say, the last 10 years, $100 million to Republicans and Republican causes.
Wow.
At least Ellie Terrett, my producer, if it's wrong, it's all on her. No, I'm only kidding, but she's good.
That's
she's
Koch
good
brothers big.
There it is.
Right?
Yeah. He might be rivaling Charles Koch in terms of contributions to right-leaning causes. What GOP advisors are telling me, operatives in Washington, is that there's a movement afoot by the Elizabeth Warrens, by the Gary Genslers, to essentially try to neuter his empire and essentially go after him because he is this big guy in terms of Republican causes. And
you don't think they would if he were on the other side doing it?
They're saying, if you look at some of the inquiries that are going on right now, this whole notion that payment for order flow is some sort of a scam, and these things that his Citadel does, it makes no sense. They will tell you, other than it's Ken Griffin doing it. And if you remember, he went before Congress and Warren gave him a hard time on these things. Gensler is now, Gary Gensler, the SEC chief, is doing a major inquiry into the meme stock stuff and whether there were any conflicts of interest involving Citadel's role in it. Remember, they buy the order flow from Robinhood, right? So Robinhood could charge zero commissions. Gensler hates this practice for some reason. I don't know why. It works and people trade cheaply on it. He may outlaw the practice. That would impact Ken Griffin.
But it's legal now.
Totally legal. And by the way, not good research into why it's bad for the retail. It's still very. In any event, that's what we're getting from people in Washington, that they're saying that this stuff that's going on is aimed at him. And it's really interesting because he is. I mean, if you think about it, Jamie Dimon personally doesn't give any money. Steve Schwartzman gives a few bucks over at Blackstone, but he's a Republican, but
he spreads it out too.
Spreads it out. Yeah. This is pretty amazing. We tried to find any Democratic donations, we couldn't find any over the last 10 years. So there's a political element, people are saying. And by the way, he is a Republican. He's a conservative. He believes in low taxes, and there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, this is what you promote those policies. Particularly in the face of what's going on in Washington right now.
That's a lot of yacht parties and mayo from Ken Griffin. Sources did say that Biden and Warren had launched the political vendetta, which makes sense why the SEC is looking into this now, because Gary Gensler is appointed by President Joe Biden. That's going to be it for this video. Make sure to leave your comments down below, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, make sure to check out my other videos in my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.